Sigmund Freud was a famous psychologist, often regarded as the father of psychoanalysis. He is known for his groundbreaking theories about the human mind and its complexities. One of his most well-known theories is psychosexual development, which outlines how our early experiences shape who we become. This theory suggests that our childhood experiences play a crucial role in forming our adult personalities and behaviors. Freud believed that our childhood is a journey through different stages, each with its own unique challenges and milestones. Each stage focuses on a different part of the body, which Freud called erogenous zones. These erogenous zones are areas of the body that are particularly sensitive to stimulation and pleasure. According to Freud, these zones play a significant role in our psychological development and emotional well-being. Freud believed that if we don't resolve conflicts in a particular stage, we can get stuck, a concept he called fixation. Fixation can have long-lasting effects, influencing our behavior and personality traits well into adulthood. When we're under stress, we might also regress or return to behaviors from an earlier stage of development. Understanding Freud's theory can provide valuable insights into our own behaviors and emotional responses. It can help us see how our childhood experiences continue to impact us in subtle and profound ways today. Let's delve deeper into each stage of Freud's psychosexual development theory to understand its implications more fully. The oral stage is the first stage of psychosexual development as proposed by Sigmund Freud. It lasts from birth to about 18 months old, a critical period in a child's early life. During this stage, the mouth is the primary source of pleasure for babies, serving as their main tool for exploration and comfort. Babies experience the world through their mouths, using it to understand their surroundings and to soothe themselves. They suck, bite, and chew on various objects, which helps them learn about different textures and tastes. Putting everything they can into their mouths is a natural part of their development, aiding in sensory and cognitive growth. This is how they learn about objects and their environment, gaining essential information about the world around them. According to Freud, the oral stage is about more than just feeding. It's also crucial for emotional development. It's about developing trust and dependence on caregivers, forming the foundation for future relationships. When a baby's needs are met consistently, they develop a sense of security and trust in their caregivers. However, if a baby's oral needs are not met, they may develop an oral fixation, which can have long-term effects. This can manifest as excessive eating, smoking, or other oral habits. Behaviors such as nail biting or overeating can be traced back to unmet needs during the oral stage. They might also become overly dependent on others, seeking constant reassurance and support. The anal stage occurs between the ages of 18 months and 3 years old. This is a crucial period in a child's development where they begin to gain a sense of autonomy and independence. During this stage, the focus of pleasure shifts to the anus. This shift is primarily due to the process of toilet training, which becomes a central activity in the child's life. Children become aware of their bodily functions, particularly bowel movements. They start to understand the sensations associated with needing to go to the bathroom and the relief that comes with it. Toilet training is a significant event during this stage. It is not just about learning to use the toilet, but also about mastering a new skill and meeting parental and societal expectations. It's often a child's first experience with societal expectations and self-control. They learn to delay gratification and follow rules, which are essential skills for later life. The way parents approach toilet training can impact a child's personality. Supportive and patient guidance can foster a sense of confidence and independence in the child. If parents are too strict or demanding during toilet training, a child may develop an anal retentive personality. This can lead to traits such as excessive orderliness, stubbornness, and a need for control. This is characterized by orderliness, stubbornness, and a need for control. Such children may grow up to be perfectionists, always striving for neatness and precision in everything they do. On the other hand, if parents are too lenient or permissive, a child may develop an anal expulsive personality. This can result in a more relaxed approach to life, but also a tendency towards messiness and disorganization. This is characterized by messiness, disorganization, and a lack of self-control. These children might struggle with maintaining order and discipline in their lives as they grow older. The phallic stage occurs between the ages of 3 and 6 years old. During this stage, children become aware of their genitals. They also become curious about the differences between boys and girls. Freud believed that boys develop unconscious sexual desires for their mothers during this stage. They also see their fathers as rivals for their mother's affections. This is known as the Oedipus complex. Girls, on the other hand, may develop unconscious sexual desires for their fathers. They may also feel inadequate because they lack a penis. This is known as the Electra complex. According to Freud, successfully resolving these complexes is crucial for developing healthy sexual identities. Failure to do so can lead to fixations that affect future relationships. Section 5, Stage 4, the latency stage, a period of calm before the storm. The latency stage occurs between the ages of 6 and puberty. During this stage, sexual urges are repressed, and children focus on developing social skills and other interests. This is a time for learning, exploring, and making friends. Children become less focused on their bodies and more interested in the world around them. They engage in activities like sports, hobbies, and school. Freud believed that the latency stage is a time of relative calm before the storms of adolescence. It's a period of consolidation and preparation for the challenges of puberty and adulthood. Section 6, Stage 5, the genital stage, maturity and adult sexuality. The genital stage begins at puberty and continues throughout adulthood. During this stage, sexual urges resurface, and individuals develop mature sexual interests in others. The focus shifts to forming healthy, intimate relationships with others. This stage is about more than just sex. It's also about love, intimacy, and emotional connection. According to Freud, individuals who have successfully navigated the earlier stages are well equipped for the challenges of the genital stage. They can form loving, fulfilling relationships with others. However, individuals who have unresolved conflicts from earlier stages may struggle with intimacy, sexual dysfunction, or other relationship problems. Section 7, Fixation, when we get stuck in a stage. Fixation is a key concept in Freud's theory of psychosexual development. It occurs when an individual becomes stuck in a particular stage due to unresolved conflicts. When a person is fixated, they may exhibit certain personality traits or behaviors associated with that stage. For example, someone fixated in the oral stage might be overly dependent on others. Fixation can manifest in various ways. It might be subtle, like a preference for certain foods or activities, or it could be more pronounced, like an addiction or a personality disorder. Section 8. Regression, returning to familiar comfort zones. Regression is another important concept in Freud's theory. It occurs when an individual reverts to behaviors or thought patterns from an earlier stage of development. This often happens during times of stress or anxiety. When faced with challenges, we might unconsciously seek comfort in familiar, childlike behaviors. For example, an adult who's stressed about a work deadline might start biting their nails, which is oral regression. Or a child who is anxious about starting school might start sucking their thumb, again, also oral regression. Section 9, examples of regression in everyday life. Regression is a common human experience. We all regress to some extent when we're feeling overwhelmed. Here are a few more examples of regression in everyday life. A teenager throwing a temper tantrum when they don't get their way, which is anal regression. An adult having a meltdown over a minor inconvenience, another form of anal regression. Or a person becoming overly clingy and dependent on their partner during a difficult time, which is oral regression. Recognizing regression in ourselves and others can help us understand our emotional responses. It allows us to approach challenging situations with greater empathy and compassion. Section 10. The enduring influence of childhood. How early experiences shape us. Freud's theory of psychosexual development highlights the profound impact of childhood experiences on adult personality. The way we navigate these early stages can shape our relationships, behaviors, and overall well-being. While some aspects of Freud's theory have been challenged over time, its core principles continue to resonate. Our early experiences, particularly within our families, lay the foundation for who we become. By understanding Freud's theory, we can gain valuable insights into our own lives and the lives of others. It reminds us that the past is always present, shaping our present and influencing our future.